I'm gonna have to update that picture.
Which one? The one in
Me
the
and
end?
Cash. Yeah.
I love that. Oh yeah. When you get a new one, let me know, okay?
Oh, I've got so many.
I love that little pup. Man, I swear to goodness, Sandy. I
She's
look at that thing and I'm
amazing.
like, oh.
Wait, are you talking about Cash or are you talking about Junebug?
Junebug, man.
Junebug.
I mean, Cash is cool, is good looking too. Don't get me wrong, they both
Cash
are.
is cool, but
Yeah.
she's a little baby.
Yeah, he's a little bit.
She's a puppy.
Yes.
So
She's a
Sandy
cutie
had
pie.
to take care of the baby, so Kate had to finish the dishes.
Yes. Yes.
You're doing something right, Sandy.
I'm on
You're doing
mommy
something
duty.
right.
He was like,
It was like the eye roll. He was like,
yeah. He was so over. He's so over it because I'm like, where's my baby?
dude.
He's just like, oh god.
So can I tell
mother."
you something?
Well, allow it.
I don't like our dog. I don't like our dog.
You know, I
Jenna?
had a small inkling of that at times throughout the last year and a half, Joe. So,
Hi, Anita.
We just
How are
barely
you?
Anita,
Hey, Anita.
so what were you wanting, Joe? Were you hoping,
no.
like, you know?
No.
Oh,
So this is. I did not want a dog.
oh, that's
because
right.
When
Kiki,
Maisie
or-
passed away,
Joe was done.
I was.
He was
done.
like,
I
no
don't-
more.
I didn't want to go through that ever again.
But then this one followed you home, right? Someone home.
The producer followed the producer home, and I just don't like her. I don't like.
Is it
So, you
why?
know-
Is it 'cause she's not lovable? Because she's
No, she avoids me like the plague. Like I can just be
she
walking
senses that you don't like her.
by. Yeah,
You know what? She might not. She just might be a woman hater.
Real quick. We got to do the Caboose birthday song. Ready?
Oh,
All right, ready?
1, 2,
One,
3,
three.
go.
Happy birthday on this your special day. Happy birthday, and this is what we say. Hey,
Happy birthday from
Joanne.
T-Suds
to Joanne
to you.
from Suds to
Yes. hey. That's
Hey,
top-notch
CPJ.
stuff.
That was a good one. That was
That's
a good
top-notch
one.
stuff, man.
That was good. I
We
don't
should
care
get
what the
nominated for
haters
that for
say.
sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of the producer, she was very upset with me this last show because this behind me was basically designed by her. So she placed all of these things here. I moved
The
a couple
purple,
of
the pink lights back there.
No, not just lilights, but just putting it up and
Oh,
saying that I need.
everything.
Yeah,
Let me
she's
just
like,
go
"You
ahead
should
and
do
say
here
this.
and do
I
that."
knew that. I mean, Joe, get out of here. Get
Right.
real. You
I
just
don't
take
know why
pretty
she was
pictures.
upset with me because I didn't say, "Hey, by the way, the producer took care of this." She was like,
And I love that she watched the show. So thank you
Well,
for
I
that.
think she
And
just
that's what I was
overheard.
gonna more
Yeah.
harp on.
Oh,
Was like,
okay.
man, you should feel encouraged that she was watching you.
So now go ahead and say she told me to tell you this.
She told me to tell y'all this.
So CPJ says I came in on I just don't like her. She said
Oh,
me.
sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how
We
you
love
got
you,
that.
CPJ.
No,
Well,
it's
Sandy
my,
and I do at least.
It's my new dog. And she just does not like me. And all I tried to do, the very first time, was put her in her kennel.
You
Oh,
traumatized her, dude.
big.
Let me tell you, I
bit
can
me
tell you a little bit
twice.
about trauma. Trauma is imprinted on, and then it's just there for the longest time.
That's all she sees you now as the guy that
Oh,
put me
man. She
in the
is.
crate. Joanne says, awesome guys, y'all are the bomb and blessed to have you all in my life. Thank you. Aw, well, that made us feel special, Joanne.
It
Thank
does.
right
you.
back at you.
And the only reason that I put happy freaking birthday on her timeline was because I saw Jamie put happy freaking birthday on her timeline.
And the only reason he saw me that is because I posted happy birthday on her timeline. It
I was like, but it's not showing up on my birthday list
Facebook
because
did not tell me. I just
yeah,
knew.
because I go through all of that and I was like, hey, I didn't wish this person a happy birthday.
No, I go through. I'm like, ooh, I don't like them. They didn't wish me happy birthday. Next.
That seems like a lot of work.
Speaking of Anita, did you watch Monday's episode? I don't remember if you were here or not.
She
but if you-
didn't. She actually watched us on the replay.
Oh, she watched
Oh,
us on
she
the
did.
replay.
She did.
So I have a hard time going back and looking at the comments on previous episodes now because Sandy, even on yours, when I try to do it on Sandy Talk Sheet, it opens up in a new, like a business center window, and
know.
it's not good.
Oh, you
So-
need to change who you're watching it as.
No. So what happened is someone on, I don't know who, but anyway, there was a little
Mark
checkbox that came
Zuckerberg.
on, and then said, it
I
said,
agree, Sandy. I
if you want to use the new whatever, click here, and we won't go back to the old one. And so
Oh.
someone clicked that, and now I have to keep going back to the new one because
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on.
Maybe you should just watch it on YouTube.
Like, comment, subscribe, heart it. And where's Chon? I'm missing a comment from Chon.
I know.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's right. That's right.
We need some stuff.
We
up
need
here.
some
I know
smileys
y'all
going
can't
on
see
here.
that, but we can. We can
Right.
So Joe,
we
you
can see
reminded
how
me.
many 2 people we got watching us.
I have 6 on my end.
I got 6 on my end too.
I know. So that's just being.
All right.
That's
So
Oh.
did you, Joe? Whenever I had, it's like the fish, right? We had beta fish that the Kisa bought the girl, Dr. Pineapples bought the girls, and I remember I told her, I was like, no fish, no fish. And then we even got to that part where I was like, if you get fish, I'm not helping take care of them, and if they die, that's it, no more. And I sure did not help her because I knew
Listen.
they were a pain. Well, then they died. And I was like, oh, thank you. Sorry, babe. We had to help the girls go through all that. I came home the next day from work and I was like, what in the world?
We had replacement fish.
Yes. I was like, why are they back? What happened? We were just that close. And she was like, I needed to get them because they were sad. And I was like, and then I just went to the wall and just kept hitting my head in the wall. I was like,
So, crazy story. We had a beta. Alex had a beta when he was little. And it was the one that was in the plant vase where you didn't have to do all the cleaning of the tank and stuff. We got tired of Philip. Philip just started getting on the. Nobody wanted to feed Philip, take care of Philip. Philip the beta. Anyway, Philip lived like a record-breaking 2 years.
Oh,
We're like, Philip, like you're supposed to be dead already. Anyway, so we swore off.
Cross that rainbow bridge.
Yes,
Please.
he saw it and he would never go towards the light. It was really weird.
listen, folks, we're not terrible people. Okay. We have busy lives. And
We just get
know.
tired of taking care of other people's responsibilities
Yes.
that say, yes, I'm going to do it, Mom. And then they
You
just
know,
forget.
they even write you this whole presentation, and it's like a 15-minute presentation, slides and everything.
See,
And then you get
you're
up
just gullible. I would slap my kid.
Listen,
slap my kid. Get out of here with that laptop.
these pinche guinea pigs out here piss me off every day.
Look, okay, so here's what happens. Just leave the door open.
Tell me,
and just
yeah.
let them go.
And feed the snake.
And I
Yes, they crawled into the snake pit.
listen. I keep trying to convince Dr. Pineapples. Let's just leave a window open, and maybe they just accidentally get out there. And she looks at me, and the window, from where they're they live is like in that crate back there, and then the window's up here. I'm like, well, the kids won't ask those kind of questions. Let's just.
They won't know.
I'm sorry, folks. I feel bad, but I will tell you, I part feel bad. Most of that don't, though, just because I am now through with rodents of any kind as pets because all they do, there's just pellet poops everywhere. Everywhere. And then when you try to go pet them, they run away from you.
Yeah, we took care of a rabbit one year because for the school, so they would allow the kids to take home the pets for like 6 months or 30 days or whatever.
I'm like a week.
Yeah, 30 days, and I'm like, this rabbit doesn't do anything but poop.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to.
There's only one person that can do that,
Right, exactly.
and his name is
He's
Joe.
right here. That's this freaking guy.
Right. So Joanne says, "You little shist, Joe," but that's kind of how you roll.
Well, hey, I was honest with you. I didn't, that's
Pinche Mark, and what has he done to FB pages and algorithms for real? And look, Chon says they old. Hey, Chon, thanks for hopping in here tonight.
You know what's crazy? Like,
What?
we never had the word algorithm in our vocabulary growing up. There
You
was
better
never
stop.
that.
I
we
learned
never
that
used
in
that.
algebra or something.
We
I
learned
learned
it.
it too.
We learned it specifically for one
So
class.
in ancient times, they didn't have that. But when Copernicus was teaching you,
Oh my!
he
goodness,
was totally
this guy.
on. He knew, you know what I mean. Then Pythagorean came in and he told you what was up. But by the time Sandy and I were in school, we were learning it in like middle
We were
school at least.
algorithm and Pythagorean.
Booyah. Booyah.
Perpendicularing.
Did she just? She was like, we were learning proofs, and reflexive property, and a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We were all over
whole
that.
integers and
Power to
pi
the
times
nine.
infinity and all that stuff.
I would like to say hi to Monster Child. I told her that she needs to be watching us tonight. She said she would listen, so we'll
Oh.
see if she's actually going to. 'cause she
might.
said
Hey, baby girl.
She's
Hope you're doing well.
studying. She's studying.
She's rovering right now, probably.
Right, exactly.
So
yeah.
when you start, so if you're watching Monster Child, look, You should text me too because I want to know what you're going. Your dad told me what you were doing on Monday, and I was like, "What? I need to know what kind of stuff she's participating in." So,
Right. Exactly.
I can support you from afar. So keep me in the loop there.
Oh, there she is. There she
So
is.
let me read CPJ's comment. She says, "Allow the kids to care for the animal." That's like saying, "I allow my kids to clean their room and live with me." Hey, Monster Child. She's like, "I am studying for midterms right now," and then she said, "Studying."
Studying.
So tell me in the comments, why is it "Girl from the Moon"? Monster Kid. Okay?
Moses, the Lord didn't put algorithm in the 10 Commandments. That was number 11, and came in while you were on your way down from the mountain. That explains everything.
So much. Sorry.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I feel so disrespected here. I'm just gonna leave.
Just
You
can't get
shouldn't
no
feel
respect.
disrespected, just ancient.
I can just walk away now.
Right.
Walk it out. Walk it out.
Earphones. Oh, so she said it's not safe to put your full name on the internet.
Oh,
You're just like my daughter, and I'm proud. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy for that. But my daughter, she does that now. But it's a little on the unhealthy side. But I'd rather be on that side than not. So
right, the paranoia thing. Yeah.
yeah, she is like
Paranoia, neighborhood destroyer.
Wow. Sandy needs to
come
be
on,
a
you're
rapper.
rolling today, Sandy. All right, let me tell you something real quick.
She's
what
gonna be on
happened.
Flows for You next week.
Sure.
Okay. So speaking of which, let me tell you, I don't know if y'all saw, but last night we had a special Flows for Suds episode that came out,
The
right?
suds were flowing.
Oh, they sure were doing something.
They were spinning around the drain.
Let me tell you guys, I was excited to do this and encouraged to do it, but I now realize how boring I am sometimes. So if it wasn't for Joe and Sandy, you guys would not be here. You guys would be sleeping. You'd be yawning. You'd be getting tired. So I appreciate Joe and Sandy entertaining y'all more than I do because
What happened? Well, I was at dinner, so I completely missed it. What happened?
that is okay, Sandy. You didn't miss much. But
All we missed was a guy that kept yawning.
Who was yawning?
Not Jamie.
Oh,
I
did you
was-
bore him?
I bore him. That's why I was like, man,
Because
I
he
bore
kept talking
him.
about Copernicus and algorithms.
I was like, man, I was actually really excited to geek out about all things DC related. You know, I even had a Superman shirt on. I put my Superman little guy down there.
Oh, he's so
And
cute.
Didn't he that my nephew got me that, or my nephew or anyway.
Speaking of boring,
Yeah. Anyway, I just tell y'all, I am sorry for boring y'all so much, and if it wasn't for Joe and Sandy to spice things up some, because that's what
welcome.
that's
I'm
what
glad we're the comedic
I'm
genius
glad
part
we
of it.
are the comedic. Yes, exactly. So, Sandy, do you want to start with your day?
I want to start, yes, with my dinner from last night, and I just sent y'all a picture
Hold on, I'll bring it up right now.
Yeah, because I didn't. My computer's acting weird. I'm afraid of
because this is one of those moments where you go to a nice part of town, a nice steak.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's
And-
a little. Are you saying that's a little on the rare side?
Let me see. Hold on.
Well, I was okay with the medium. It's a little bit more rare, but that's fine. It's just the crust. This is the
Oh.
filet mignon,
Yeah,
Oh, it's
that's what I was about to say.
and it's
But-
so charred, and it did not have any flavor whatsoever. And let's just go ahead and throw it out there. Why don't you guess how much this little piece of meat cost me that I didn't end up eating? This is what I brought home to Eric.
I'm gonna say it's 25 to 30.
Okay, Joe.
I would say 30 to 35. Yeah.
Okay, it was $48.97.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
that's-
you know when you pay this and then you get this quality, I mean,
You want
it
me to
was
call
very
him, Sandy?
disappointing.
You want me to call him?
Well,
'Cause I
here's
can
the
do it.
deal.
I can-
Do
Here's
we
the
need to send a
deal.
strongly worded email?
The server and his trainee were super nice, and they wanted to make it right. I don't know how you could make this right
I was
other than
about to
bringing
say,
out a
I'm
new
like-
one. So here's my fear, and it's a legitimate fear that if I send it back,
Oh, yep.
they're gonna do something to my food, and I'd rather just not eat this and pay for my food than send it back. I'm just not sending it back. I don't send anything back.
Who? So why you continue on? Do many of you guys have that same feeling too? Do you have that anxiety, the insecurity, whatever you want to say, with sending food back? I'm just curious on too. So, but I just want to know from
And
everyone.
I'm going to tell you, I worked. Y'all know that I've worked in food service. I did food service in, of course, with you guys, and then also at a school. And there was an incident in one of these schools where the employee did something to someone's sandwich because that person was rude. I'll tell you more about it if you want to know after the show. So
That's an after the.
so this is a real fear of mine. And he was like, "I'll bring you out a dessert on me." I'm like, no. I don't want nothing on you. Like, you don't understand. Like, I can't do it. I cannot. And anyway.
So Sandy, you should not watch the movie Waiting, because it's all about waiting tables. Do not watch that.
Oh, hold on, though.
So do you guys have that fear? Do you guys have that fear of something?
No. But let me tell you this, Sandy, too. I'm the kind of guy where I go to restaurants and people know me, though. So when I go in, I very rarely, I really do. I very rarely have to wait for a table. People will be like, "Oh, it's Jaime and his daughters. Hurry up!" And I honestly, I don't have to wait long. When restaurants were very more accessible than they are today, right? And managers would come up and we chat. I'd get a complimentary queso or some cheese sticks or whatever else. They'd always do that, and then I would always say, "Yeah, this one didn't make the cut. I don't know who did this, but let's not." And it'd be like, "Dude, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." And then, and in other places, people will give us gift cards. Be like, "Just come back again, and we'll take care of it next time." So, I'll be honest with you, but I feel like I have a healthy relationship with these restaurants. I'm not there to just be like whatever.
See, well, this one is one of those that you don't frequent very often because of the prices.
Special occasions.
I mean, this is a special occasion.
Oh yeah. You said 48.
You know, like I'm not paying all the time $48 for a steak.
But don't you feel like, okay? So Sandy, do you feel like it's just straight up across the board, or do you not think that there's some places when you pay a high dollar amount for a plate like that, that your service is going to be a little bit elevated when you have a situation like this?
I mean, possibly, but still, it's right there. I cannot let it go. I just can't do it.
So I know I saw Carrie put something, but real quick. So I've seen where JPineapples, when we go to places, she doesn't like. I don't know that she's fearful of them doing something to her food, but she doesn't want to inconvenience people. She's like, she won't say anything at first, but I'll be the one to say, "Yeah, check this out. My wife's, we don't come out that often and we don't pay that much for this kind of stuff. But when we do, I want it to be good for her." And she'll be like, "It's really okay, but I'll keep it. Don't take it. Don't send me anything back." She's like, "I just want you, it's not."
She just wants somebody to
know.
know.
I mean, and don't worry. I mean, I did let them know because he came out and he's like, "How is it?" I'm like, "This is horrible." I'm like, "This is not good at all." I mean, I let him know how I felt about it, which is why he tried to make it right. But no. And we're speaking about tipping. I mean, I did tip him, more 18-20%, whatever. I did more. Right. I mean, because they worked. They didn't. It's not like it's not this one. It's not their fault. They didn't cook it.
Yeah.
So totally not their fault. And like I said, he did try to make it right. He tried to take it back. He tried to bring me a dessert. I'm like, "I promise you, don't worry about it."
Did he comp it at least?
He did not comp it. No.
See, now that's where I feel like at that level, I don't know. What do you think, Joe?
I think he should have comped it. It's like,
so
if you're declining everything, I'm gonna at least comp it, because obviously you didn't need it. I'm like,
well, she did take it home though, but still, right?
I wanted the only reason I brought it home is so Eric could see how bad it was. And that's the only reason.
I think if you're going to take care of your guests and you screwed up and they are visibly upset, then you need to at least comp it.
And you know what drives me nuts about that, Joe? So I don't know if you've been privy whenever leadership in the restaurant has to make those type of decisions, Sandy, but I know Joe and I have. And I would tell you what, my philosophy on that is I cannot stand when a leadership group comes together and they're like, because I've seen it happen where they are just bashing, not the customer, but the experience, the person, they're like, "Well, just let them tell you, we're not going to comp anything." And in my philosophy, I'm like, heck yeah, man, do everything to turn that around. Like, I'm going to comp the plate. I'm going to give you some free desserts or appetizers or meal tickets to come back, because I don't want you leaving with that kind of
Yeah, because what did she just do? She just spread it amongst the internet.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was going to be my next step, because I actually did want to put it in Lubbock Foodies, because I love to go in there and post stuff. And I was gonna say, like, what's the word? Critique this plate here, critique the steak. That's what I really was gonna do. And then it started bothering me because I'm like, well, God, I'm in customer service. I don't want that kind of like, this is what she, I just always like,
Right.
But see, and that's again though, in my mind. So the qualities of a good leadership is they tell their people, man, and they're like, but whatever, they shouldn't. They ate it still. And like, I don't care, man. It's going to cost us more if they put us on blast than it is if I just comp their meal and give them some more food to come back in the future.
Right. Yeah. To give them the opportunity to fix it because
Because your final thought on this, Sandy, tonight, had it been that, would be like, they messed up, but I'm totally going back because they really did everything they could to try to take care of me.
And I would go back because, like I said, he did try to make it better. We did eat with the blue hairs. It was my girlfriend was out of town and she could only eat at the specific time. So I'm like, we were probably the first steak on the grill. It's probably still cold. There's a lot of factors. But yeah, we'll go back because this is the first time that we've ever had this experience there before. It's just one of those where just like, man, I paid $97 at the end of the night.
You're like, and I didn't even get a Yeah.
I think minimum that it should have been comped. It's like
absolutely
because you just
see that would have made me feel worse for it to. But anyway, let me catch up on these comments real quick.
Go for it.
So, Joanne, we we made her yawn. She said that is overcooked. Yuck. And is CPJ, is there a hair or a breeze in their name? I get the breeze, but I don't get the hair one. Send it back and eat a salad. So did you tip the cook? You know what? And the cook was walking around. He just didn't come to my table. He just didn't. I sent it back and don't eat. I ate, man, that potato was good though.
Yeah.
CPJ says, no, I don't have that insecurity. I would be a lot more concerned with expiration dates and la cucarachas than that. If the restaurant is super busy, I promise that grill cook doesn't have time to play around.
Yeah.
And Tim says, I've never sent a meal back. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Tim, right here, Tim. CPJ says,
Tim, did you have an experience though that led you to that, or you saw something and just kind of whatever? Anyway.
CPJ says, I'm with Dr. Pineapples. I don't send it back because of the inconvenience. I'll probably eat it. I mean, look at me. Not because of fear. And Joanne says, definitely comp or else all heck will break out with me.
Oh, yeah. Joanne's going to bring Super Karen.
Right. See,
I remember,
that I don't want to be Karen either. I don't.
So I remember a couple months back when I was dealing with Sprint for my cell phone stuff, and we were going through stuff. I was on the phone for 3 hours. And I was like, you know what? She didn't call me back. But anyway, I was all like,
you knew she wasn't going to do that.
I remember, Joe, right?
I remember. They're not going to call you back. That is so.
Anyway, I was going all out on it because I was like, at that point, it was already a phone call before, which was 3 hours. This one was on the second hour. And I was like, you're driving me nuts. I was like, they were talking to me and telling me the opposite of what someone else. And I was just like, let's just pause right now because I'm so angry with you. And I know it's not your fault, but I need to take a break. So don't say anything. Just give me a minute here. And he was like, sir, I said, I'm serious. Just give me a minute and don't say anything.
Because it's about to go down.
So we call, and then at some point, my wife was talking, and I was like, I'm sorry, hold on. But I was like, you're going to need to chill out and let me do what I do, okay? You're not on the phone doing this. I am. So let me do what I need to do. And she was like, you're right. I'm sorry. So she was like, I'm just embarrassed what you're saying to them. It's just so, and I'm like, great.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So Tim says, out of movies.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
That's funny. Now, as a restaurant manager, you're always trying to save you have to save the experience. And for me, if they're not comping, they didn't save the experience. I'm just like, just offering that stuff, because when you decline something, then you're like, and it's obvious that there's now. If you ate the whole steak and said this was terrible, okay,
that's
I'm not different.
Come.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You cut into that, and you're like, oh, I don't even know. Like, I probably would have sent it back right when they put it down. As soon as I started like scraping the top, I'm like, okay, this is not...
okay. So a typical fillet, because I've had it, and I'm probably gonna butcher this, the sous vide or whatever it's called.
Sous vide.
Oh, I love that. I mean, you can just
it's
butter.
Yes,
it's
I know what
so
you're talking
good.
about, Sandy.
So I've had that, and then I've had just the traditional. And I seriously never had a puck like that. Like that top was thick on that. So when you told me to cut it in there, I was like,
So
you
Sandy,
could hear-
I have researched steak cooking tremendously in my life because I love steak and I'm always looking for the way to do it proper. And I will say, and I'm not saying you're wrong on this one, but normally I prefer a nice crust on the top. And that steak, it looked perfect to me in terms of having a nice crust on the outside, and that bloody red inside looked perfect to me. But when you said not seasoned, that's different too. So
Like,
either
so
they
it-
burned the seasoning off or they didn't put any on, which is why it burned. But
So
it
I
was
get
bizarre.
a fillet typically right now, especially because of my braces, because it's really hard to chew anything else. So that was my whole reason behind getting a fillet. I couldn't chew it. Like I was having a hard time chewing that fillet. So that's why I was like, I can't do it. They're usually not that hard. I mean, like I said, they're usually butter, but not last night.
What was the name of this place again? Because I'm not in Lubbock, so I just want to see. I just want to bring it up. And see
I just want to bring it up on. She'll message it to you.
Right, I'll message it to you.
Okay, got it.
What's going on? So, Jamie, you want to talk about your day?
No, there wasn't really anything to talk about, to be honest. I'm feeling under the weather with you. I didn't go to work. I went to work. I work from home. So up here, our procedures or whatever you want to say is you can't show up to work when you're sick at all, and so you have to get checked out. And even if you're okay on that,
I get it. Nope.
okay. But then if you have symptoms of just being sick, period, you still can't work or you still can't go into the office. So I'm homebound until I can feel better.
Okay.
Well, that's good. I mean, is it like okay?
No, my
health?
throat's
Just
scratching, and I can feel like a maybe drainage or some
maybe allergies.
It's definitely not allergies.
Oh, okay.
But it can feel that way. I'll put it that way. I don't have. It's just my nose and my throat right now, but it's not even annoying yet. But it's starting to get right now. I can feel it. It's changing. So
Judge Judy says you can't eat the steak and not pay for it. Your case is dismissed.
that's funny.
We're making Tim yawn.
I just saw it. I just saw
Tim.
the location, and I will tell you, I'm not surprised.
You know the location now, Joe?
I posted it.
Did you posted it where?
In the private chat.
Private.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
So,
But you
I
know
don't see
what?
it.
I am, because this is the first ever. We were just there like in August, and
that's the
everything
first
was
time.
delicious.
That's the first time I
Yeah,
had.
and that was the first time that we've ever
Is
had
Double Nickel still open? It is.
it. It is.
Okay. Because that was one of the last places I went to. Not last, but last good expensive steak places in Lubbock before I left.
$48 steak places.
So, I did something on Instagram, and I have this really.
Okay.
It's kind of funny. I'm going to kind of ask you guys a question. So on Instagram stories, you can do quizzes and stuff like that, and so that's what I did. And this one is probably the most interesting out of all the quiz questions I had and stuff like that. So only one of these is true. So you guys know me the best. So I'm going to see if you can guess which one is true.
See if we really know you the best.
Only one of these is true. A, I have jumped out of a plane. B, I have ridden on a half pipe. C, someone once thought that their niece ran away with me. Or D, I haven't been in jail for smoking weed.
Wait,
Smoke weed every day.
say that last one again.
I have been in jail for smoking weed.
You've never been in jail for smoking.
Yeah, one, you've never been in jail.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I imagine if it was, I would be like, wow, I'm impressed.
But so
Look, Sean said all.
only one of these is true.
I'll guess.
Okay, go ahead, Sandy.
The half pipe.
Okay, and
Oh, only one of those is true.
only one
Okay.
of those is true.
Oh yeah, the half pipe. I'm with Sandy on that one.
Okay, I have ridden on a half pipe. That is not true. I've never ridden on a half pipe.
I don't even know what it is. I just thought it was a skateboard
like for
term.
skateboarding.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I understood the question.
So the actual answer is someone once thought that their niece ran away with me.
That is true?
That is true. Yeah. I had someone. So I was working at a local fast food restaurant.
As a waitress in a cocktail bar?
No. No. So I was a shift leader and
Did y'all
the
go to
niece,
Mexico?
and I worked with her aunt
D.
in the restaurant, and she came in one day and she developed a huge crush on me, and I was like, and so she was always asking her aunt about me and stuff like that.
Hey, Rod.
Well, one day she decides to run away, and
Ooh.
they come like pulling up to the restaurant.
Guns a-blazing.
Where's Joe Don Baker?
Exactly, and I was like, and they're like, "Have you seen so and so?" And I'm like, "Who?" It's like my niece. I was like, "No, I have no." Okay, and I was like 21 at the time, and she's like 15. I was like, yeah. So
You're like, I ain't trying to go to jail.
I was like, I have no idea.
One,
He's like,
I've never
where's the
been to
weed?
jail for
He's like,
smoking
where's the weed? Give me
Yeah,
the weed.
exactly. No. It was so crazy because, they were convinced that she ran away with me. And I'm like, why would I come to work?
So she must have had like an altar or something like that.
I don't
at
know.
her
They
house.
said that they said that.
Talked about you like,
Yeah, she talked
Send
about
us
me
her
a lot.
name, Joe.
And she would write my name in her paper and stuff like that. And I was like, oh.
that's that 15-year-old crush, man.
Right? I was like,
So,
snap.
Out of those questions that you did, can you repeat them real quick?
Which one?
Yeah,
Oh,
ask the
the-
first part again.
The questions
'cause-
that you used. Can you repeat your quiz again?
That particular one? Or,
Yes, that
okay.
one.
Only one of these is true. I have jumped out of a plane. B, I've ridden on a half pipe. C, someone once thought that their niece ran away with me. D, I've been in jail for smoking weed.
Okay, so this same quiz, and only one of those is true for me as well.
Wait, hold on.
It's the same?
It's the same. One of those is
One of those
using the
is
same
true.
quiz. One of those is true for me.
Oh, wow.
But we'll go through these real quick.
I know which one it
which
is.
one it is.
Yeah, I remember now too. And it's not the one you all think it is.
Right, exactly.
Joe, which one's it all?
I remember.
I remember too. I remember.
So let me read these real quick. So
Okay.
CPJ says B is true. I don't think you would jump out of a plane because you would mess up that hair.
Oh,
Hold on. On that real quick. I was with Joe when we had planned, not just planned, we drove out to get off of a plane.
We were that close.
We were there, and we even waited an extra 2 hours. I called in to work that night because we were waiting. The wind was just too, what did they say?
We're
Too
talking
windy.
to
was too
Seminole,
windy.
right?
Yeah,
So
it was down in Seminole. Yeah.
Okay.
And we took the training and everything. So Joe was ready and prepared. The both of us were ready and prepared to do
Sean
it.
said D.
You've been in jail for smoking the weed.
I mean.
I mean.
So sorry.
Okay, so
So,
y'all know.
we know.
I know.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to take a guess?
Yeah, we'll let them guess.
Let them
Jamie,
guess
do any of those apply to you? Can you take
Next
this
question.
quiz?
I can't take it. You know what? I do stuff up here in Illinois because it's nice and easy and free and legal and all that kind of stuff. So
Rod said, "That's right, y'all almost jumped and didn't." Was Rod with
we
you?
weren't scared though. Okay, we weren't
No, we
scared.
were not scared. We were
So-
we were going to get into the plane. Yes.
Yeah,
Like it
that was a 3-hour drive for nothing.
for nothing. No, it was a 3-hour drive, a 2-hour sit.
Oh, that's right, and then a 3-hour drive back.
And remember, they made us watch the videos of them skydiving, and I'm like, this sucks.
This is not what we wanted
This
to
is
do.
not what we came to do. We didn't come 2 hours
We didn't
to
come
watch
to watch a
skydiving.
video.
We came to actually do it.
Yeah.
CPJ, we need to get matching tattoos. She said, "Well, Sandy and I were that close to back of tattoos. I'm a man. I'm 40." CPJ, we need those. Just at least a number 40. That would be hilarious.
Why would you have gotten that tattoo? Like,
Okay, so this was like actually, whatchamacallit? Oh my gosh, Gundy. What the heck is his name? He went on this whole rant. He was the OSU coach.
Oh, okay.
And
Van Gundy.
Yeah. And so anyway, he went on this rant and he was like, "Don't be talking about my players. Talk about me. I'm a man.
I'm a
I'm
man."
40." He was
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
passionate.
Yeah.
So I've been telling, and this has been like 14 years ago, and I've never
Okay.
forgotten that. So I always told CPJ, I'm like, when my 40th was approaching, I was like, CPJ, I'm almost a man. I'm almost 40. So CPJ,
Okay, I
her
get it.
40th was just coming up, which is why we said that.
Okay. Now it makes
So,
sense.
Yeah, I remember. 'cause
Honey,
he
I
was,
guessed it.
yeah.
Dandy Sandy
Yep.
jumped from a plane. I sure did.
She did. And if you've been a long time watcher, she actually showed us pictures of her jumping from the plane on the show.
And that was
So-
we did that in Vegas. It was and the
Was
original
Elvis
plan.
with you?
He was not.
Oh,
He'd
okay,
already
okay.
left the
He
building at that point.
was not.
The original plan was my girlfriend was going to say her vows and then jump, but her sister was like, "I'm not going up there. You say your vows here, and then y'all jump." So
Oh.
she said her vows, then we all went up.
Sisters are
and then
stuck
jumped
in the
Man,
mud. Stick
every
in the
party
mud.
needs a pooper.
up. Yes.
Jeez.
Oh, look, Chon said Andy.
2 out of the 4 are correct.
Right.
That's
That
hilarious.
is awesome. Hey, so let's talk about what we're streaming, because there's a pretty big show that's streaming right now. Have you guys watched it?
Is it
I know Sandy has. Never
ba-
mind. I know Sandy has not.
Okay.
is it Baking Impossible?
No.
Oh, the guy who hosted that show, or who hosts that show, though, my family and I, we went to go see him just a couple weeks ago here in
Zumba?
Normal. No. He does Magic is for Humans on
Oh,
Netflix.
okay, no.
David Blaine.
David Blaine.
Oh, CPJ says Ted Lasso.
No, Squid Games, people. Squid Games.
Oh, can we not do this, please?
Yes, we can talk about it.
What even is?
Okay, so we're not going to talk about the show actually, but how much drama it has caused to the internet world. So South Korea internet providers have gotten so mad because that show is so popular that they're mad. They're suing Netflix because they're like, "Hey, you made us use all of this bandwidth for your show. You need to pay for it."
Oh, okay.
I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." So
So
and
it's
it's
like
weird.
crazy popular in South Korea.
it's crazy. But
So
it is
if you have
South Korean-
they need to. So they're trying to put a popular tax on people, I guess now.
Basically, yeah. I guess if Netflix needs to be careful on which shows they put out. It's like how are they supposed to?
weird.
Right.
All
Yeah.
of our people
how do you
watch
know
your
what's
show,
supposed to be a
so
hit?
Right.
honestly?
Exactly. Well, Squid Games is basically if you are. So these people, this one guy, the main character, is down on his luck. He owes money to a lot of different people. He gets invited to this Squid Game thing. So the Squid Game is a Korean game that was played by kids, and so it's basically a bunch of kid games, but it's super violent and it's got some really tough moments to watch in it. But I will tell you that I enjoyed it, but I watched like 3 or 4 episodes in a row, and I had some crazy dreams because of
Really?
just how kind of freaky it is.
Are you a normal dreamer?
I am not a normal
Wait.
dreamer, and I'm not a normal. I usually don't remember my dreams.
Oh,
what do
So-
you? How do you differentiate normal dreamer?
like
What
I
are your
meant to
options?
say, are you like normally a dreamer? Like, do you normally dream?
I normally dream. I can't
He's a
remember the
daydreamer.
dreams once I wake up.
He's a daydreamer, that's
I
for
am
sure.
a daydreamer, yeah. So, but yeah, it's definitely one that it's. There's a possibility for a season 2, but it's different, and I enjoyed it, but it was really weird.
Do people die? I
A
like
lot.
that one better, Jamie. Oh, like there's actual death?
Yeah, there's a lot. A
Oh,
lot.
really?
Yeah, so you'll hear. You remember the game Red Light Green Light? You don't remember the Red Light Green Light?
Oh,
You never-
when you're like, okay, yes.
So one person says
Venga, ya parte.
one person says green light, and then they turn around and says red light, and whoever's moving has to go back to the line.
Uh-huh.
Well, in this version of red light, green light, if
In the
they
adult
catch you
version.
moving, then you get shot.
What the?
By snipers. They have snipers posted up along the walls, and if they detect that you're moving,
Jamie is freaking me out. You're freaking Tim out. Okay, it's like okay, so I feel like this is like some modern gladiator, like
It's a take on the modern gladiator, and so that first game is called Red Light, Green Light, and they don't realize, when they were invited into it, that it's a life or death game. And
what?
They thought
so
they were just going to get paid, huh?
that yeah,
You just signed the paperwork nilly willy?
yeah. Well, they made them sign it and say, "Hey, you agree?" Because when they recruit you, they ask you, "Are you sure you want to do this? You're doing this of your own free will." Blah blah blah. And so
Oh my.
yeah, and it gets
Jamie,
pretty
stop
intense.
with your goofy face. Joanne is requesting that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, can you do Shrek?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll look.
Yeah. So the pot is like 465 million
Dollars.
Won is the Korean.
Dollars.
And every time somebody dies, the pot gets bigger. And it comes down to, I will tell you, it comes down to 2 people. So
Oh my.
yeah, and there's like 100
Mega mind.
So that's what I've been streaming. That's what I've been working on. I
Okay.
finished it though. I finished it.
I watched a movie this weekend.
Shut the front door, Sandy.
A movie, you say?
Yes. That's like a Buff Clifford there. Or is that
Right.
a lobster or a dog?
Call me
Yeah.
It's a
Bufford.
dog.
Buffered.
So this movie, some of y'all might have heard of it. It's fairly recent.
Fairly recent.
Fairly recent. It came out in 1983.
I knew she was going to say 80 something. I knew it. I was thinking she was going to say 89, but let's go on.
It's called Star 80. And this
Star 80.
yes. So this movie, the only reason I watched it is because it's based on a true story that actually came on Dateline, and it's called The Death of a Playmate. And
Okay.
so this young lady was from the north somewhere. This seedy guy discovered her, helped her to be on the Playboy magazine, eventually became centerfold and Playmate of the Year and all that good stuff. Well, he was basically riding on her coattails, and he actually killed her. She was 20 years old. And the crazy thing is, the last scene in the movie is the actual
Video.
crime scene, the actual image crime.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just crazy movie. Again, it was like on ABC, but yeah, super interesting. I'd never heard of it before. I was 2 years old when that happened, in case y'all were wondering. But let's see here. Mom always said your face will stick like that. Joanne said, "Can we block Goofy?" Speaking of food, did y'all see the issue with onions? Hashtag for real though. No.
There's
what's
an
up
No,
with
issue
onions?
tell us more
onions?
about this.
Yes.
And I'm boring Sean. Oh my god. Tell us
Read
about
it.
the onions. But anyway, I also watched on Netflix. I watched a show called The Phantom, and I was sad. I cried. I was angry. Anyway,
What was
pretty
it
good.
about?
Really good
That's-
show.
Is that a superhero one? Because I know there's one.
Billy
No.
Zane, right?
Yeah.
No,
That's what
this
I was
was
thinking. But she's
actually a gentleman that was wrongfully convicted and executed in the state of Texas.
Of course. Yikes.
Anyway, craziness. That's on
Sandy-
Netflix though.
Sandy's always picking the good ones.
Oh, I know. They're so good. That's what I tell Eric. I'm like, aren't you
picking
so
something.
excited? Look, Jamie is trying to be not boring.
Hey, have you heard of the books called what's it called?
Wheel of Time?
Is it Foundation? Isaac
Yes.
Asimov?
Yes.
There's actually a series about
Mm-hmm.
it. Yeah, and we've been watching. The producer and I have been watching that.
Does she like it?
She likes it. She says she likes it, but then she falls asleep every episode, and I'm just like,
You supposed to be putting that out there?
Oh, you're going to get it tonight.
It's on Yahoo. CDC says there's a pretty bad salmonella issue in onions right now. Oh my!
I just
my
bought some onions.
gosh.
Like what? Which ones? The yellow, the red, the
The,
purple,
the white,
the white ones,
right? Yeah, give us some more input
the
on that.
scallions.
Stop it,
I love
Mr.
onions.
Pineapples. What are you streaming? Anything?
Anime. Just a bunch of anime. It's fall 2021 anime season time, so watching a bunch of that stuff. I know it's not on everyone's forte, but I'm trying to think if there's anything
Neither
else
is mine, but I still share it.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of great anime right now. My favorites are all these isekai ones. So that's when people die in their world and are reborn in another world, and they're like overpowered and get all these super abilities. So it's fun watching them like that. But I am excited. I've been watching a lot of bake shows. Oh, so Halloween's coming up, right? So have y'all seen that picture of the cake that's going around where it's a green cake and then there's a bunch of strawberries on top with mouths and a couple of eyes and they have teeth and everything? So we're going to make that here in a couple of weeks, my family and I. So I was like, I'll make the cake. Y'all make the strawberries with the mouths and everything else, and then y'all can decorate the cake. So
field report or it didn't happen. So
yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Or it didn't happen.
Well, you know what? I did find out in so there's a lot of I talked about the DC stuff. So there's a lot of TV shows that are coming out that I'm excited to get to kind of catch up in and whatnot. But they found their Batgirl, and she's this Latina that I was like, wow, she's awesome. Mm-hmm. And then they got the kid who's going to be the new Blue Beetle, and his in the comic books he's Mexican. And so they found this Mexican kid to play him, and it looks good also there, and I like that.
You sure it wasn't a dark white guy?
I'm not sure actually, but I imagine so. So
that's what they do for the Asians.
Sorry, Joe. Sorry. But one of my favorite shows is getting a reboot actually, and I'm kind of scared because it's one of those where you're like, the first one. So this show actually created the whole genre where you watch a TV show that has a storyline behind the story of each episode. Does that make sense? Where there's an overarching story. And it was a sci-fi show that came out years ago called Babylon 5.
Oh, okay.
Babylon.
It created a 5-year story arc where every episode had its own story, but behind the episode, there was a story that overarched behind for the whole season. And then every season had another story behind it that overarched for the entire 5 years. It was phenomenal. Anyway, after the show, all the other shows on TV started doing it. They're rebooting it from scratch, and the guy who originally created it is coming back to do it, and it's like, oh my god.
We should talk about the reboots, like all the reboots that are coming back, like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, did you? There was a news article that just came out.
Yeah, I just
tonight.
saw that too. I was like, the guy that's supposed to be in it was in a car accident and killed somebody.
Or something.
Like,
What?
Yeah, just like about an hour or two ago, maybe. I was like, I don't have time.
CPJ.
What was his character? Yeah, there's a couple that are on here. CPJ says, "I'm streaming Ted Lasso and the Morning Show."
I was going to start. I started Ted Lasso. I started episode 1, and no, I'm on episode 2. I just need to get back into it.
It's so good. I love Ted Lasso.
Who is the guy? Okay, what movie
and Tim
or show
said
did
The
it come
Chosen
on?
is really good.
The Chosen. I don't know that one.
The
Jason
Chosen
Sudeikis
is so good. The Chosen. I need to finish it, but that's the one. If I think it's the right one, Jason.
Is that the one about Jesus?
Yes.
I think he was in Karate Kid too, wasn't he? Chosen? That's he fought Daniel-san.
I don't know. But listen,
Chosen?
What about Ted Lasso? What else did he do? I feel like when I saw him, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so and so, but I can't put my finger on it.
Jason Sudeikis is his name, but I can't think of other
Was
shows.
he the guy on the roller skates all the time in Reno 911?
No.
Not the officer, the guy who was always getting arrested in every show.
No, I don't remember.
And he was always on skates.
I never saw that.
Oh my god. You guys gotta watch. Oh, have you guys watched there's a fire show, a fire what do you call it? Fireman show. Fire department or FD something.
Fire station.
Maybe something like that. It's fire something, but it's about a fire station.
Fire pit.
And supposedly it's like Reno 911. If y'all never saw
Fireworks.
that, did you ever watch it?
No.
So Rod says they're bringing back the 4400.
At the front door.
What is good. Even the 4400?
That was such a good show.
They were kidnapped by UFOs.
Marshala Ali got his first run in Hollywood or whatever on the 4400. Right. He was a black man taken from the 1950s, came back.
Is that the religious one, the 4400 Club, that comes on like Sunday mornings?
I'm surprised you remember that, Cindy. I can tell how much you were in front of your TV on Saturday mornings by knowing that.
The reason is I just watched a documentary on these evangelists, these people that scammed people, and so that was part of that was they were talking about that show anyway. The 700 Club, the 4400 Club, good.
Oh, okay, 700 Club. See, you got me there because I was like, I knew it was something club, or a number club, but Rodimus, link something on that because I want to see that now. Now I'm super interested in that one.
No, he wasn't on Reno 911. He's a big part of SNL.
Okay, but CPJ, you remember Reno 911? Then that show is freaking
He's
hilarious,
also
man.
married to Olivia Wilde.
I don't think they're married anymore, though. I think something happened.
You know
Thank
who
you for
Olivia Wilde is, though,
encouraging me,
right?
Rod.
She's like the geek.
She's 13.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what we know her as. And Sandy's like,
I'm like, what? I missed something.
Crazy.
Sandy, have you seen Superman and Lois at all? Okay. There's a TV series called Superman and Lois.
See, okay. I don't watch series like that.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
It finished its first season, got renewed for season 2, so I'm excited because
Is it
I'm 1 year
good?
closer. I'll be one more.
Who's
so the
who's
clips
Superman?
that I've seen.
I mean,
His
not
name
that I
is
would know.
Tyler Hoechlin. I don't know if I'm
Tyler
pronouncing that.
Perry.
No,
did y'all hear about The Rock talking trash?
Dude.
No.
Because The Rock is Black Adam, right?
Yeah,
And he was talking trash, and he said, I could take down Superman. He goes, I could take down
he can. But so at DC Fandom, it sounds like DC is actually going to be not scrapping Superman, but they're going to put Black Adam as their main.
Who's Black Adam?
So he would be like, you know who Shazam was? You know, the guy with the bright red or bright yellow lightning bolt that was on his chest here a few
The
years ago?
Flash?
No. I can see how that was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
So
That's
there was a
close.
movie called Shazam. Look it up. But Black Adam is like his predecessor in a way. But he's a bad guy in the comics. But DC, it sounds like DC is going to be making Black Adam the center of their universe.
Anti-hero. Yeah.
No.
okay.
The center of their
Oh.
of their DCEU now.
Ew,
Instead of
if
Superman
they
being
keep
their.
boycotting them,
But it's Dwayne Johnson. And
he just needs to go back to wrestling.
Or
Or Jamon or
Jamon.
something.
So I don't know what that means, but now that you're saying that, now I'm like, okay, I think it's all DC planned to make Black Adam the center
Sandy,
of DC.
did you watch
universe.
Shawshank Redemption? Why are you just gonna call me out like that? No? What is even Shawshank Redemption?
Oh my
Sandy, you
goodness,
gotta
Sandy,
watch
that
that
is
one.
deep.
It's so worth it.
Really good.
Speaking about 700 Club, for some reason, evangelicals are talking a lot about UFOs. What?
How does Anita know this?
Anita, tell us more. Link that in the comments.
She was like, well, in my local 700 Facebook Lubbock group, we were saying.
It's intertwined with the Lubbock UFO Facebook.
I'm telling
page.
you that they decided to join forces, and so they're like, we can get more converts this way.
A lot about the UFOs.
UFO.
UFOs. Joanne says, what'd you say?
She said The Rock just needs to tear up the comic book. Game over.
I mean, he looks the part though. So if you see Black Adam as the character in the comic or even the cartoons or anything else, Rock fits it. Zachary Levi does not fit Shazam to me. I'm like,
No, he
he's
doesn't.
wearing that bodysuit.
And
it
even,
looks
because he looked so
ridiculous.
fake. He looked
It
so
looks
fake.
so fake.
It looked like it took my head and put it on the Rock's body. That's
That's exactly. It's so terrible. And I'm like, and you made a sequel?
Yeah.
But you know what is cool? The sequel. So the antagonist is Helen Mirren. Is that
Keller.
I don't remember. You're gonna get struck by lightning, Sandy.
I'm glad you're over there.
It's the only Helen I could think of.
Oh my gosh, Sandy.
That's the only Helen I know.
And Lucy Liu. So they're the antagonists for the next movie. So if I'm gonna watch it, I'll watch it for them, but not for Helen Keller.
See? Oh, that was a lot of.
I watched
seeing
that.
eye
I
to-
watched that movie. It was so. I remember we watched it in school. I think. Helen
Yeah.
Keller. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Really bring
So
it down.
let's talk about. let's talk about the Pineapple Project.
Go for it.
Let's see here, Mr.
It's about
Skunk
pineapples.
Man.
No more. I am so happy, guy. Anyway,
I'm so happy that you are here for that part of it, Mr. Pineapples. You may be boring, but you are really good about talking about the Pineapple Project. So I'm
That's
just
why we
here-
have you on.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just here for color fill, for pink lights, and and background pictures.
And
That's
I'm
what
just
I'm
here
here
for bad jokes.
You know what okay, let me just tell you this before I get into it. I've noticed, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing for you, Joe, but I've noticed since since August, you haven't had many blizzards on the
I
show.
haven't. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know that's got to be rough for
Why
you.
is that? Is there a reason?
There
So
is.
I have been trying to minimize my sugar intake because I've been playing a lot of volleyball, so I'm trying to lose some weight so I can actually jump up and hit the ball like a
Oh,
normal
you trying to go for
volleyball player.
3%, girl?
What? You should have seen me this last game. My team was just like, "Who is this guy, and why is he moving so much?" 'Cause-
That's great.
Everyone was like double. What?
yeah, they're like, "Joe, are you doing 5%?"
Right.
they were, yeah, they were very surprised how much I was moving. But
You're like not as surprised as I was.
We were playing a really good team, and I was like, I hate losing, so I stepped up my percentage just for that. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. You're getting fat.
That's
Is
hard
there a
to
block button? Where's the block button?
Right. Joe, I'm here for pink lights, half pipes, and jail time.
Oh, God.
Exactly. Yeah, I've never gone to jail. Knock on wood.
But tomorrow's a brand new day.
Right, exactly.
Today's only ending in a few more hours. All right, everyone. So let me tell you real quick as we're wrapping up. The Pineapple Project. Many of you who've been here know what it is and know what it's about. We're still ramping up. Next week we'll have some more details on it. But essentially what we're doing is during the holiday season, people are feeling generous. They want to give money to things that make them feel good. We want to use our platform and do our part so that we can give back to the communities that have helped us out and are doing nice things. So sometimes we want to do more, but all we think is, well, all I got is a few bucks I can give. Well, we want you to think about us when you think about that. The Pineapple Project is teaming up with a group called Christmases for Kids this year, again, which is great. Their goal is to provide kids in the foster care system with 3 Christmas gifts under the tree for all the children. No more, no less. They have divided the age ranges. There's I think it's 14 and below or 13 and below, and we'll find out for sure. But 13 and below, there's specific gifts for the boys and girls they want to put in their closets for that. The Christmases for Kids closet. And then teens and above to 18, they ask more for gift cards because the kids, it's harder for them to shop for them. So let them go out, and there's restaurant gift cards you can get. There's gift cards at the Walmart, Hot Topic, whatever other places are like that. And we collect those so we can give to them. Also, they put out these toy bins around the Star. Remind me of the place.
Comet Cleaners.
Thank you. Sorry. Starcrest is up here. The Comet Cleaners in Lubbock, and you can just drop in the toys in there, and those toys will go to the same closet that we're going to be donating to. We're also going to be partnering up with a insurance agency in Lubbock, Texas, that's going to put on a toy drive for us, so that all the toys that are donated there, we're going to be donated to the Pineapple Project, so that we can deliver to Christmases for Kids. Now, if you're interested in helping us, we're going to have a Venmo account here soon. We're going to give you the Venmo that you can donate money to. All the money that goes in there is going to 100% go back to buy Christmas gifts a few days before Christmas time, so that we can deliver those to Christmases for Kids, and that the caseworkers can go in and divvy up and figure out which of those toys go to which of their children. Okay. It's a great project. Last year, we thought we were only going to raise $100, if that. We ended up raising a ton of money. Made us all feel good. We couldn't have done it without many of you out there. Actually, we couldn't have done it without all of you out there.
Right, exactly.
So please take this. We're going to create flyers. I'm going to have everything so that you guys can take that and share it with friends and family. And you can have the Venmo, so that way you can make sure to donate to that. And just again, remember, all this is 100%. I was going to say profit, 100% nonprofit. It goes straight to the Pineapple Project, and we're going to give toys. And so last year we had so many toys that we had over the amount. And so this year we're planning to do that again. We want to make it, it's better to have plenty than not enough. And so
yes,
if we can overstock their closet again this year, fantastic. But here in the coming weeks, we're going to have someone from Christmases for Kids come on and talk about it a little bit more in depth, so you can hear the impact and the reach that the program has for the foster care children there in Lubbock, Texas. Okay?
and I've told y'all in the past that I have family members who have been recipients of these gifts, and at times that was the only gift that they ever received. So be mindful of that. Your kids are very blessed and privileged to have the things that they do. So think about when you guys are shopping, picking up a little something extra, something nice that you would want your kids to have, and donate that to Christmases for Kids.
And we're going to be looking for help for being able to. We'll need some pineapple elves to go around town and pick up gifts at people's houses. And then we'll need some pineapple elves to basically take all the money and go make the purchases and deliver to the Christmases for Kids. I was going to say pineapples is for kids. And deliver them. So if that's you, I would love to do it. I'm all the way up here in Illinois. So if someone in Lubbock wants to do that, please reach out to any three of us and we will get you looped in so that we can make sure you can help out with us on that. Okay.
And I have the Venmo going across the bottom there.
Thank you,
Thank
Joe.
you.
I appreciate that. So that's the Venmo. So we will start putting that out more so you guys can see, and we'll make sure we get some flyers created so that you can share on your personal Facebook page and all your social media, friends and family and everything else. And again, we thank you so much. I dare say, can we raise $200 this year?
Yes.
Right, exactly. A whole $200.
Let's see. Let's see.
Write
So
that check myself.
Right.
and if any of you want to help us, by donating items that we can raffle off or auction off, let us know. We would love to do that. Tim has actually got some little pineapple ornaments that we're going to be doing that with, and so they're really cute.
And I have my
Joe, you're going to do cookies?
raffle. Joe's raffling cookies. Thank you, Joe. And I'll have my raffle up on my page. And
and her 5K.
And we're going to be doing our 5K. So be looking for that.
I'm going to ride my electric skateboard for
You can do whatever you want, Joe. I promise you can. You can bike it, you can walk it, you can run it, you can skateboard it.
Walk it out.
Yes.
You can dug it out. What do you look at this? We were just talking about all this. Aw, his son brought it to him.
He just Venmo'd him so he could bring it to him. So Joanne said, someone splain Venmo because I'm clueless. So basically Venmo is just an app that you download, tie your account to it, and you can pay people for that. You can donate with it. You can pay services with it. I mean, just, and I actually bought something on Poshmark using Venmo this morning.
Yeah, it's just a quick way to get money to somebody without having to be right there in person.
I can hear
and CPJ says, and maybe if you aren't comfortable sending to Venmo, please send your Venmo information to one of the three, and they can send a Venmo request to you for a quick click and pay. Yeah, perfect. Because sometimes I can't find names, so yeah, I'm like, hey, can you just bill me? That'd be great.
And CPJ, she donated some items last year too for Christmas or for the Pineapple Project, and it was phenomenal, guys. So yeah, just be looking out for some of those things too. We're gonna try to work what we can. Okay, it's all donations. It's all people's good hearts and free time.
And yes, and please share it when you see us post about the Pineapple Project. Share that. If maybe you can't donate or whatever, just share our link. That way, people can, we can get more exposure for that. That would be great too.
Awesome,
yes.
Awesome.
All right, everyone. Well, we love you. We wish you a happy weekend coming up, and we will be back next Monday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time here. All right, everyone.
Remember to be kind and rewind.
Look for and meet new friends.
You filthy animals. Good night, everybody.
Love you guys.
That's been our best one yet.
Right?
I'm glad you're keeping track. Good night, everyone. Love y'all.
Good night.